What's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I am back with another one. Today, I wanted to talk about Brennan Marion and what he has got going on at Sacramento State. They are a part of the Big Sky Conference currently, and there is a lot going on at Sac State. I wanted to dedicate an entire video to this topic. I thought about adding this subject matter into my Tuesday video, but I felt like what Brennan Marion has going on at Sac State deserves a video of its own. So we're going to be covering all of what he's got going on, his recruiting, the coaches, some of the coaches that he's adding, some of the recruits that he's adding, the offense that he runs, his journey throughout college football. We're going to be covering it all. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below, and we will get straight into it. Okay, Brennan Marion, who is now the new head coach at Sacramento State, which is a part of the Big Sky Conference. They have had a lot of things going on at Sacramento State as of late, particularly with what's going on with their stadium renovations, also what's going on with their NIL commitments. Also, Brennan Marion brings a very interesting offense into Sac State, which I think is going to lead to a ton of success for them in the Big Sky Conference as long as they're in the Big Sky Conference. So let's start from the beginning. Brennan Marion played his college ball at Tulsa. He had 2 seasons at Tulsa, had an amazing stat line at Tulsa. He set the single season record. He set the NCAA FBS yards per catch record in a single season at 31.9. Do you guys understand? 31.9 yards a catch is absolutely ridiculous. This is something that I think leads to how Brennan Marion runs his offense currently. 2007, let's take a look at his stats from 2007. 39 receptions, 1,244 yards, 31.9 yards a catch, 11 yards or 11 receiving touchdowns. In 2008, 43 receptions, 1,112 yards, 25.9 yards a catch, which is absolutely ridiculous, which averages out at 28.9 yards a catch for his career, or 28.7 yards a catch for his career, which is also crazy. He had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons. He had 8 touchdowns in 2008. He was a big play receiver in college. It never really panned out for him in the NFL. He got drafted as a UDFA, which is honestly crazy that with those statistics got drafted as a UDFA. That is back when Tulsa was in the Conference USA. They weren't in the American Conference. I don't even know if the American Conference was a thing back then. But I guess he got undrafted, went undrafted to the Dolphins. Didn't really have an amazing NFL career, but he became a coach. Let's follow along around where he's been in college as a coach, or where he's been as a coach. West Valley as a wide receivers coach in 2011. 2012, he was at Harker School in California as a wide receivers coach. In 2013, he was at St. Patrick St. Vincent High School, California. I think he was a head coach there. In 2014, he was at Waynesboro Area High School in Pennsylvania. I believe he was the head coach there. Then he took his talents to the college level. He was at Arizona State as an offensive quality control guy in 2015. 2016, he was at OBU, Oklahoma Baptist University as an running backs coach. In 2017 and 2018, he was at Howard as a quarterbacks coach and an offensive coordinator. That seems to be his first college job as an offensive coordinator. And this is really, I think, from the jump in high school ball, he started developing the go-go offense, but I think at Howard is where he really started to refine it. 2019, he went to William & Mary as the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. I think that's really where the go-go started to get its name, really where it started to garner some national attention. People started to pay attention. At 2020, he was the wide receivers coach at Hawaii, moved up to the FBS level, but moved down in coaching responsibility. In 2021, he went to Pitt as a wide receivers coach, Pittsburgh in college. I believe he coached Jordan Addison while he was the wide receivers coach there. In 2022, he went to Texas. He coached Xavier Worthy while he was there as a PGC and wide receivers coach. It's PGC. I don't know what that is. And in 2023 and 2024, he was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at UNLV. One of the key guys that he developed at UNLV was Ricky White. I did a breakdown on him last year. He had an amazing season. He's an amazing player. And then 2025 to present, he's now the new head coach at Sacramento State. Now, what is the go-go offense? The go-go offense is an offense that really is centered around the triple option. And I have one play in particular that really exemplifies this perfectly. Okay, here is another one in the run game for that UNLV Brennan Marion offense when he was at UNLV. Now he's at Sac State, obviously, but here's one of those run looks. They're going to bring this receiver into motion. It's going to be a lot of eye candy for the defense to handle, and it's going to end up being a big chunk play in the run game. Let's watch it play out right here. Send him in motion. That's a running back action, not a receiver. Hand it off to the running back. You see the pin and pull action with the two guards pulling around. Everybody else pinning down. Pin, turning those hips. Immediately turning those hips. This is blocked up amazingly. He's going to cut off that block of that left guard. And you see he's got his right guard up ahead of him. He gets a decent block, and it's a walk-in touchdown, virtually untouched. I mean, that is how you draw it up when you draw up pin and pull, and that are some of the things that they do well in this this go-go offense. My goodness, blocked up. I mean, this is how you draw it up. You draw up these linemen, pin. Look at that. Look at this picture right here. Pin. Even pinned right here on the safety. You bring him down on a pop block. Receivers have to block in this offense. That's something Brennan Marion talks about all the time. Good pin right here. Guard, linked up, body on a body. You have to beat one. He beats one. Safety's not even a question. Touchdown. I mean, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then here is a piece of the RPO. So, you know, a lot of times with an RPO, it's on the quarterback. Do you see a matchup that you like? Do you see space? With this one, it's going to be Ricky White on a quick hitch route, 5-yard hitch route. Quarterback Williams is going to like it, and he's going to pitch it to Ricky Williams or Ricky White, and it's going to be an easy completion. Watch it down here. Quick hitch. Pulled it out of the belly of the running back. So watch RPO. So watch, the line is still going to run block, but he's got his eyes downfield. He sees space, corner off. I like that matchup. Those are good numbers for us. It's easy, just like a run, and we get about 6 yards on first down, 7 yards on first down. And here is an aspect of the passing game with the UNLV offense, that Brennan Marion offense. Watch, they're going to want to run a switch release vertical over here, and they're going to get Ricky White wide open down the sidelines for the 55-yard touchdown pass. Watch right here. This is when they still had Saluka at quarterback, but it's going to be a good completion. Sorry, it is still grainy. Different game this time, but switch release vertical right there. They don't trade it off correctly right now. You see they only have one running back in the backfield as well. Looks like they're in 10 personnel unless this is a tight end. That'd be 11 personnel. So getting out of that 21-12 personnel, or at least 20, primarily 21, but you see they get it to Ricky White on the outside, get the ball to him down the sidelines, and he gets into the end zone. We'll try to see the end zone view so we can see the end of the play. It's a little grainy down there. See the throw, wide open down the sidelines, ball into his hand, stiff arm, and gets into the end zone. Now, Ricky White is a very explosive receiver. It's not to say every offense that you run, every time you run this Brennan Marion offense, you'll have a Ricky White at receiver, but you know, you can certainly recruit in that way to find guys who can certainly stretch the field down, the field in terms of getting down the field in a hurry for big time chunk plays like this one that we just saw. And you know, we'll see how he's able to do, but it seems like he's trying to bring in the right type of guys for that offense that fit exactly what he wants to do now at Sac State. Okay, one more aspect that I wanted to highlight about this Brennan Marion offense was not only the run game, not only the RPO game, not only the downfield passing game, but I also wanted to take a look at the play action game. If you want to have a triple option offense and you want to run the ball consistently, you also need to incorporate a play action game to where you can influence the defense and get more passes downfield, get more advantageous matchups for you and your offense. So here, they're going to find Ricky White. They're in 21 personnel, 2 backs on the field, 1 tight end on the field, 2 receivers on the field. They're going to get the ball to Ricky White here. It's going to be a play action. You're going to watch the offensive line pass block, and it's going to leave with the play action. When he goes to fake the handoff to the running back, it creates a lot of space. All these linebackers are going to bite down. That happens. Why? Because you run the ball successfully, consistently. You make a concerted effort to run the ball. That influences the linebackers. That opens up a window behind, and we're going to watch it play out right here. So watch, even they're inserting this safety in right here. 4 more hats into the box. You got 4 on the line. You have 2 down here. You're inserting a safety to add an extra hat to the box. They have numbers now in the run game. That is why you call play action. You get a play action here. This tight end, you watch this fullback tight end is going to stay in protection. You get your running back out into the flats, not only to influence a linebacker, but also to influence that safety here. You see how they're influenced by that running back going into the flats. That leaves Ricky White wide open behind all of that. He makes a move, and it's a big time chunk play downfield. Big time play. That is how the run game and the pass game can marry together. Let's watch it here again in the end zone view. Watch it right here. Watch how the safety and the linebacker both get influenced by, you see how these backside linebackers get influenced by the run fake, and then these guys are influenced by the arrow route by the running back. All of it leaves a wide open window for a throw to Ricky White behind all of it. Big time chunk play. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One thing that's different about this offense that, is different from a lot of teams that you see run the triple option, at their base, the go-go offense is out of the gun. They aren't running out of under center. I don't know if they ever go out of under center, but a lot of times they run out of the gun, and their primary position is that sidecar formation, which I don't think I showed here. They have two running backs in the backfield on one side of the quarterback, both behind each other with the tight end on the field. So that's a little bit about that go-go offense. They want a triple option. They want to run the ball. They want to go fast as well. So hurry up is an aspect of this offense that they want to exploit. They want to go fast. They want to be a hurry up offense. They want to get many plays in, but they also want to throw the ball down the field. Instead of modern offenses operating primarily out of the 10 and 11 personnel, the go-go majors in 21 and 12 personnel as its base. This is something that Brennan Marion said in Tempo and Touchdown by Jack Brentnall. He said, "We are not a spread offense. We are not 10 personnel air raid. We are 21 personnel trying to run through you and throw it over your head." Which, throwing it over your head, that's what he did in college. You know exactly why he wants to do that, but running through you, that is something that you don't really see from a lot of offenses these days, where they say we want to run through you. And a lot of times with an offense that wants to not only run through you, but throw it over the top of you, I guess a lot of people say they want to do that, but in practice, it's kind of hard. I want to talk about some of the numbers of the go-go offense and how it has transitioned from 2023 to 2024. I think in 2023, the numbers were higher, but as they ranked in college football, they weren't as highly ranked in college football. And that could be for a bevy of reasons. I feel like in 2023, offensive numbers were more inflated than they were this year. I think there's been better defense played across the board, not just in college football, but also in NFL football. I don't know about high school. I don't keep up with a ton of high school football, but I know at the NFL level, we've seen some good defense, and I know especially at the beginning of the NFL season, the defense was playing at a high level. But at the beginning of the college season, or throughout this college season, it just seems that NFL's defenses are playing better, and that's judged by the numbers as well. So take a look at this. In 2023, Brennan Marion's offense ranked number 42nd in total offense at 412 yards per game. In 2024, they ranked 22nd. They're ranked currently, there's still bowl games being played right now, and there's still college football playoffs going on. But in 2024, they ranked number 22 in total offense at 291 yards per game. So ranked 20 spots higher, but almost 130 yards less or 120 yards less of offensive output. That's crazy. In 2023, they were number 43 in rushing offense at 173.5 yards per game. In 2024, they were number 18 in rushing offense at 143 yards per game. So once again, ranked higher, but lower average output offensively. In 2023, they were number 55 in passing offense at 239.2 yards per game. And in 2024, they were number 25 in passing offense at 148 yards per game. In 2023, they were number 22 in scoring offense at 34.4 yards per game or points per game, and in 2024, they were number 19 in scoring offense at 24 points per game. That is ranked higher than teams like Indiana, Tennessee, and SMU, all teams who made the college football playoff. So just an example of how even though their numbers don't scream at you, their rankings have gotten higher over the years. The 2 years that he's been offensive coordinator at UNLV, the numbers have gotten better each year. But even some of their numbers are ranked higher than some college football playoff teams. So, something to hang your hat on right there. I think another thing that their numbers speak to you this year is that when you look at the rushing offense, 143 yards per game, and passing offense, 148 yards per game, this is a very, very balanced offensive attack. They're balanced in the run game. They're balanced in the pass game. And I think another thing that might have hurt these UNLV numbers were the Mountain West Championship. Maybe their bowl game might have hurt these numbers. I don't 100% know, but I do know that, they're very even. They're very even on offense. They want to attack you on the ground. They want to attack you through the air. I think all teams want to do that. I think a bunch of teams get to it a bunch of different ways. But I think that this offense is going to be something that really exploits the Big Sky Conference. He's brought in a ton of transfers, and that's one of the next things I want to talk about is the transfers that he brought in. Particularly one player that I was very high on before the season. Didn't have a great season. His team wasn't great, but Jamar Curtis out of Lafayette, the running back, coming to play for this Brennan Marion offense. I think it's going to be amazing in a triple option scheme where you can get them the ball inside, you can get them the ball on the outside through their option, through tosses. They major in inside and wide zone is two of the biggest run plays that they run in this UNLV go-go offensive scheme, but also they hit gas scheme. They're going to run power, they're going to run duo, they're going to run all of that, they're going to run counter, they're going to hit all the runs. They have a wide variety of runs they run, but with that is the downfield passing game. I also think Jamar Curtis is a decent running back out of the backfield. I don't know how much that the running backs are being incorporated into this go-go offensive scheme, but I know that Jamar Curtis is a difference maker. Another person that he's bringing in through the transfer is Cardell Williams out of Tulsa. His 2023 statistics, not his 2024 statistics. He didn't play in 2024 that much. In 2023, he was 79 of 132, 1,100 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He had 57 carries, 202 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, Brennan Marion has mentioned that you don't need a running quarterback to run this go-go offensive system. Their quarterback in 2023, Jordan Mailata, ran a 5.2 in high school, and he could throw the ball all over the place. You saw him in that USC bowl game if you watched it against, I can't remember who they played, USC. They beat A&M. They beat A&M. Go watch that game. Jordan Mailata made some throws. But he played in that UNLV system in 2023, played well. You don't need to be a running quarterback to run a triple option system. That is what Brennan Marion believes, and so far it has been successful. Now, Cardell Williams brought him in from transfer from Tulsa. They brought in a ton of FBS transfers, some FCS transfers. They're the number one recruiting class in FCS. I'll get into that in a second. But Cardell Williams coming in, I think he brings that run, but also pass aspect to the offense that you really need for this triple option scheme. You got to have somebody who can throw it down the field, but you also need somebody who has a decent level of athleticism to threaten the defense in order to make them think that you're also going to run it. You can pitch it, you can hand it off. You need to be able to threaten people in all types of ways. And I think that, Cardell Williams brings that aspect. They also hired Sidehart Chris Namerty as their new wide receivers coach. If you don't know, he's coming from San Jose State, where he just coached Nick Nash to a Triple Crown. Now, I don't know if he's still the Triple Crown winner because obviously bowl games are going on, but at the end of the regular season, he was the Triple Crown winner. He had 104 receptions, 1,300 receiving yards, and 16 touchdowns. That is an absolutely amazing statistic. A lot of people thought that guy should have won the Biletnikoff Award. That is, you can say whatever you want about that. I don't 100% agree with Travis Hunter winning the Biletnikoff either. I think, there's a tight end that could have won it. There's a receiver in Tetairoa McMillan. Nick Nash was a great choice. Either way, he's bringing in a receiver coach that has coached high-level receivers to a high level of success. I think that's going to translate to really good success for them at the receiver position at Sac State. Within a week of officially becoming the head coach, the Hornets had become the number one 2024 high school recruiting class per 247 Sports in the Big Sky. And along with this, they're also bringing a bevy of transfer guys out of the FBS and FCS. Jamar Curtis, Cardell Williams, a few that I mentioned. Brennan Marion is making waves at Sac State, and I think it deserves attention. Also, another thing that we have to talk about when we talk about this Sac State job is the funding, the stadium upgrades, the NIL. New football stadium renovations are coming. I don't know when they are going to break ground on those, but I know the stadium is looking to hold up to 25,000 fans, 25,000 plus fans in that new stadium after those renovations. $50 million in committed. I must say committed, because as I understand and what I've read is that this is not $50 million that they actually have. $50 million is very enticing to any head coach looking to become a head coach. If you know that a school has $50 million in NIL, I'm taking that job immediately if I'm a head coach. Now, from what I understand is this is committed funds, and I don't know if they're committed for them at the FCS level. I think these funds might be committed in the hopes that they get a move up to the Pac-12 or maybe even the Mountain West. I think they're really looking to go Pac-12. I think that's what sparked these renovations. That's what sparked the NIL. They want to go They want to go Pac-12. And I think that's another reason why this is an appealing job for Brennan Marion, because if they are looking to go up Pac-12, if they are looking to go to the FBS level, that looks good as as a coach, that's an appealing job. I get to build the program up at the FCS level, then I get to transition with the program, hopefully at the FBS level if he doesn't take another job. I think that's enticing. They play in a top 20 media market. That's something that Colton Nuanez at Skyline Sports talks about extensively. Sacramento State is a big media market, but there's a lot of heads to get the attention. Particularly, you look at the Kings, you look at the football teams that they have in that area of California, look at the basketball teams they have, you look at the colleges that they have up there. There's a lot going on in Northern California, and Sacramento State falls near the bottom of it. But the potential for it to be a big media market and for you to get a lot of regional, if not national media attention is there. You just have to win. You just have to have money. You have to have the players. And it's funny too, because they won from 2019 to 2022. They won 3 straight Big Sky championships, and still it felt like the attention wasn't there. Hopefully Brennan Marion is hoping to change that. A potential move to the Pac-12 in the next 5 to 10 years is another reason why this job is so appealing. But, for many reasons this job is appealing, but I think Brennan Marion has definitely hit the ground running in the recruiting trail, bringing that offense to the Big Sky Conference. I think the Big Sky Conference is in. Another thing somebody who close to me mentioned was that the triple option is probably very similar to what Montana State already does. They want to have a downfield passing game, but at the end of the day, they're going to hammer you in the run game. They're going to run for a ton of yardage. I get that, but I think Montana State doesn't necessarily run exactly the triple option. I think the triple option is a little bit different from what Sac State is looking to run, what that go-go offense is. It's based out of the triple option. The triple option is its base. That's how they're going to start every drive. That's how it's going to be. That's what they're going to do. We will see what the end result is. But I'm very excited to see what Brennan Marion is able to do at Sacramento State. I think he's got a bevy of resources at his disposal. I think he's going to do the most with them, what he can. I've been following this offense since I found Ricky White last year, and then I realized what kind of offensive scheme it was. I watched the quarterback, Jordan Mailata, playing that offense last year. He looked to have a ton of success. Ricky White had a ton of success. The run game is very successful. They gash people in the run game. So, I think this is going to be something that's going to be very interesting to follow at Sac State, at the Big Sky Conference, as long as they're in the Big Sky Conference. A lot of money, a lot of recruiting potential. Good offense. He's got a ton of success at previous spots. He's been at the FCS level before. The offensive numbers check out. They're pretty balanced on passing and rushing. But we will see. Sac State just had a down year this year. They made the playoffs the year before. They're going to be looking to bounce back. I'm very excited to see what they were able to do going forward. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about Brennan Marion taking the Sacramento State job. You guys think he's going to be successful, or do you guys think the go-go offense is not to be stayed in the Big Sky Conference, is not to be had in the FCS? You guys let me know down below. I think it's already had success in the FCS, but you guys can let me know. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all of this that's happening at Sac State with Brennan Marion, and I will catch you guys next time. See you later.